What is up, everybody? It's your boy Izzy G. This is episode number 2, and today we got a special guest.
This is Seance. Hello. Just kidding. This is Ryan. I'm Ryan. Hi, everyone. My ad's Ryan Christopher with 3 R's at the end.
Already plugging this shit.
Don't forget it, baby. Don't forget
Follow
it.
him right away.
Right away.
Right away. The usual, Edgar. We're here.
Hey,
Creep number 2.
We're the creeps.
So,
Creep show.
Yeah. TLC, baby? Nobody? Anybody?
What?
For those of TLC, Creep? That's a great song, but you've never heard of Creep by TLC?
Never.
90s bop. Let's talk about the 90s for a bit, though. Sorry. I'm now leading this podcast
Straight
talking
to
about the
the
90s.
Straight
How
to
my
the
voice straight
90s.
interviewing this.
Wait.
You flipped the script.
Flip the script. Can you introduce us now? Since
So
it's your
we have Edgar, Gur, we got Izzy. Can't you see? Izzy, can't you see?
Hey, that's a good one. I never thought
That's a
about
good
that.
one, yeah. That's the 90s again, because Biggie. Biggie, yeah. I don't know if you know the 90s.
No,
Yeah.
I
We're going to
can't-
segue back into the
No,
90s.
no.
I'm just going to say that real quick. You need to brush up on your 90s knowledge real quick.
Damn, what?
The 90s was a great time, though.
Let me-
We were
hold on.
all born in the 90s, so...
Let me go on Wikipedia real quick. I'm just kidding.
Damn, like
If
that.
you don't know, then
Nah,
you
I know.
Another 90s one.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm so good at that.
Low-key you are.
I really am. The 90s is a great time.
So what's your thing about
It
the
was.
I was born in 96. I was 4. So, well, no, I wasn't 4, but I was in the 90s for 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great time. Don't remember much of it, but I heard it was great.
You know what? I wish I was born in the 70s because I really love the 80s. Well, you know what? I had to be born in the 60s.
Yeah, so I wish I was born in like
Huh?
60 something to be a teenager in the late 70s, going to early 80s. Cause Studio 54, baby, that disco.
Yeah. No, the 80s, bro, wild. Super wild.
I feel like Edgar would be like really great in the 90s. He looks like a very 90s kind of guy.
For real?
Yeah. He just gives me that like 90s hip hop, like straight out of Compton vibe.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
listen to
Yeah,
a lot of that.
Yeah. That's those the vibes I get.
Yeah.
1010%. But you would have had a great time.
Why do you like the 80s though? What's up with it? Like what? Explain a little.
You know,
The drugs.
The Ronald Reagan.
The drugs.
the drugs, the sex, the alcohol.
Yeah, but that was still in the
parties.
70s too.
Oh my god.
Late 70s,
But in
early
the
80s.
in the early 80s, I feel like that's when like the crack started happening. I'm
God, crack is
the-
whack. Crack is cheap.
No, it
It's always
is,
about the
but
cocaine back in those days.
yeah, the cocaine. That's when it started popping up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
I'm not gonna argue with that.
I feel like I would want to like kind of live the era just before any like social media, internet,
Yeah.
phones.
90s, 80s,
Yeah.
70s.
Yeah.
I feel like
60s. Wanna go back to
it's just more
1920?
natural, bro. I feel like with like just like in general, like meeting people,
Yeah,
genuine conversations would just be way better.
Literally, you don't have to comment on people's posts. Just say, "Hey, bitch, you're fine."
Or you could just be like, hey, that picture you posted, that shit was ugly.
Wow.
They're just
You
way
know?
before that era.
People are just ready to get married and have kids and just do the damn thing.
Yeah.
I feel like we're pretty much like one of the last generations where we're not like as little kids like all on our fucking phones and
Yeah.
shit, you know?
Yeah. It's crazy to see like this new generation come in and being like so obsessed about this thing and like things are becoming sensitive in a sense.
Yeah. That's,
And it's crazy to me to think that the things that we were saying were like so mean or pardon me, but insensitive to some people, and I get it now. But there's some things where it's like
Nah, I feel
it
like
doesn't need. It's not that deep. Like there's
Yeah.
some things it's not that deep.
Yeah.
yeah. They want to cancel
People are-
everybody
yeah,
for
cancel
anything,
culture.
you know?
Yeah, I just feel like the new generation just wants to like control everything, like
Yeah.
every aspect of like whatever it
Fucking
is, whether it's social
Get
media,
it back
politics,
home. Get it
etc.,
back
etc. Like they want to control every single little thing, or what's not be said. Or
My
what
biggest
is
thing
said.
about that is like, okay, like let's say we've all said some things in our past that now
Yeah.
we can't say shit.
for sure.
Yeah.
And I would gladly say I've said some things too, but you go back and you're like, okay, well this person said something like a celebrity.
Yeah, yeah,
This
yeah.
person said something in 2012 when they were Little League 4.
Yeah, but I feel like all of it is part of the growth process of you,
Exactly.
like,
You can't just cancel someone on something and said when they were Little League 12.
Yeah,
A fetus.
it's just crazy.
A fetus.
It's just crazy.
I've been in companies where like they told me like, hey, we checked your Twitter. You gotta go back and
They
like
delete that
delete
shit?
all this shit or make a fucking new Twitter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Bro, like what the hell?
to me. It's like me as an understanding person. Other people might not agree with this, but you said something when you didn't know better.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't have the knowledge to know what you were talking about.
I was a fucking freshman in high
Literally,
school.
we were all fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Trust me, we were all fucking stupid. We didn't
Yeah.
know a thing about anything.
Yeah.
So, to me, I'm like, don't criticize someone on something they said when they were still an adolescent.
For
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
But if you're still a grown adult going and saying
Yeah,
that shit,
that's different.
that's different.
Yeah, for sure.
That's where my point is. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, I feel like anyone could be forgiven if throughout that time they've learned and experienced and pretty much like
Matured.
and actually like said like, oh shit, yeah, I did do
Yeah.
this mistake.
I might have
It's
said
cool,
blah blah
but-
blah, but now I'm like, okay, I
Yeah,
get it, that
I've
was
said it.
wrong, you know.
Yeah. Then you should be forgiven. But I feel like there's a lot of people that don't do that. You know.
Cancel culture is toxic.
It is.
It's just as toxic as your ex-girlfriend, your ex-boyfriend, whatever it may be.
I don't know.
No, cancel culture is that toxic though.
No, it is.
It is, but
It
I'm
is.
like, there has to be a point where like, okay, some people, yeah, they can be canceled. They've said some fucking terrible shit, but have whatever they said from that point on, like, have they matured? Have they grown? You know,
Yeah.
have the cards played out where it's like, oh yeah, you know, that was just a silly mistake, or they were obviously fucking 12 when they said
Yeah.
whatever they said.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. But that's where I feel about it. It's like, don't fucking cancel people for something they said when they were 12 and they didn't know better.
Well, to be honest, I feel like a lot of people
Are you
do it.
yawning? Did
No,
you just yawn?
I was gonna burp, but it
Let
kind
me
of went away.
find out.
Let us find out.
Wow.
This is the yawn
Fuck.
police.
He's sleeping. Nah.
Bro,
Canceled.
I
Canceled.
Canceled. Everybody cancel him.
Canceled.
Wow.
Cancel for yawning at 2 a.m.
It's
That's
Is
not
it 2
true.
a.m.?
No.
Oh, I was like,
I was-
damn.
it's-
I was like, it's like 12. But wait, were you guys parents strict when you were in high school?
Pretty much, to me, yeah.
I
I didn't party out throughout the high school.
I know to him they were. Remember?
Yeah. I didn't party at all high school.
Mine were like super chill.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think his friends.
I didn't take a sip of alcohol until I turned 18.
Yeah, him and his brother didn't sip alcohol until he was like 21, 22.
Yeah.
They were pretty strict.
Me like being so surprised, like, God, really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what's crazy though? Like me and my brother were the two oldest, right? And then after that, it came out my sister. She's like 5 or 6 years younger than me. Bro, she started drinking when she was like 15, and they were like so lenient on her. And I'm like,
It's always the babies who does something.
we're gonna be sponsored by them soon.
Yeah.
Happy day.
Sponsor me, please.
Sponsor me.
I'd love a good sponsorship. Anyway, yeah. I don't know.
So you're spoiled. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Spoiled, high maintenance, you name it. I mean, it's not like, I mean, I'm not as bad as some other people. I'm like, God damn, you're fucking worse than I am. But, I mean, siblings would have been cool, but honestly, fuck them too.
Yes. Nah, siblings are good.
It would have been
It's
like cool to have someone older.
Yeah.
I would have been okay with that, not younger, because
Yeah, I definitely agree. I wish I had like way more older
Yeah,
siblings
yeah.
than.
because to me, I'm like,
Yes.
but you have how many siblings? Is he? Just one?
It's a sister.
And you have two?
No, I have 3
Three
siblings.
siblings?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's not bad.
I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, some people are like, yeah, I have like 4, and like,
Yeah. And usually Mexicans have a lot of siblings.
Yeah.
and then it's just me. Just me.
That's cool.
Well, my dad has kids.
Is
but-
there a decision like why you were wanting to shut it?
Well, I was in an accident, so my mom had me at
Oh,
19,
shit.
Oh, shit.
so she was kind of just like,
I'ma stop.
Yeah, she said with my dad, she was like, nah, no more.
Yeah.
And then
So you have stepbrothers, you said.
I have stepbrothers. I have half. So, God, if I count, there's probably like 16, maybe 20. Oh,
Wait,
oh.
What?
Okay, well, like your step, there's half, and then there's some who are unconfirmed but might be confirmed of the we don't know about.
Yeah.
So it gets messy. But
But you yourself, you were
me, only
raised
child, yeah,
alone, yeah?
yeah, raised alone, just
Yeah.
me.
Oh.
But like I lived in like a George Lopez style house. Like it was like my grandma, my grandpa,
Oh, okay, cool.
you know, my aunt, my uncle, and then my mom and then me. So it was like
Yeah.
it was a full house basically.
So you pretty much raised, like, did you have cousins there?
But no, okay,
No,
so
no?
get this: the age gap between me and so on my mom's side, the age gap between me and a cousin is like 16 years.
Oh, so they're older out of their.
Yeah, so it was just basically me just vibing,
Chilling,
being
yeah.
an adult basically for like all my life.
Yeah.
Not like being an adult, but like, you know, learning
Just,
like,
yeah.
okay, like there's no kids around. There were some kids around, but it wasn't like immediate like
Yeah.
kids. It was like I have to go to like my grandma's side or my grandpa's side, and then like on my mom's side it was weird. Like nobody else really had kids. It was just like I was the only one for like a while. I know it was kind of weird. Like thinking about it like now, I'm like, damn. But I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's bad luck. I feel, because honestly,
I mean, it was.
I feel like when you're little, you kind of hate it. Like, fuck, I don't want to have siblings. I hate my cousins. But once you get older, you realize, damn, those shits were fun.
Yeah.
Those shits were
Yeah,
fun.
I mean, it's weird now. Like I'm best friends with my cousin Clarice, and she's on my dad's side, so she's my dad's aunt's daughter.
Okay.
So that
Yeah.
I'm like besties with her now. So like in a weird way, like I'm not like, oh, I was deprived, I didn't have this, I didn't have that. Like I never felt like that. But
Yeah.
Zodiac signs, let's get into that.
Damn. Nah.
We gotta get into that.
Every
By the
time-
way, I'm tell you,
Yeah,
whatever you tell me,
mine
I'm
is
believe it.
bad. Mine is bad.
Let's take turns. Let's take turns. Okay.
Bad.
This is kindergarten class. Edgar, what are you?
Libra.
Mm.
Ooh, Libra. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Is it? No, I didn't say it. I just said okay.
Like
Is it?
Gemini.
Oh, okay. Right. Me, Leo. Okay. Okay. So we have a Libra, a Gemini, and a Leo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is
Okay.
that good or no?
What are your
Well,
takes
okay,
about it?
I'm gonna just input and say a lot of people, Geminis are fucking insane most of the time
In what way?
because they're two-faced. They're two sides to them.
Wow.
In just me and my brief astrology 101 from what I've gathered, it's just
That's what they always tell me though, so like I'm not even surprised, you know?
yeah. See, I'm not wrong. And then Libras is very like, let me balance the scale. Let me play devil's advocate, kind of like, oh, was this okay? No, was this okay? Or they can kind of be very like stubborn and selfish.
I'm not selfish for a story.
Yeah, yeah.
It just depends though, in what aspect. That's okay. I dated a Libra once, and I was like, okay, you need to stop consulting your friends about our relationship problems. That was my biggest thing. Was like, we're in a relationship together. I'm not dating you and your friends. Libras are kind of just very like, there's balance.
Yeah.
There's a very like balance, and then Geminis are just fucking insane. I'll just say that.
But insane, like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
damn,
Because
I'm interested.
The Gemini, if they say like if there's two faces, there's two sides to the Gemini. Like
Alright.
it's like a heads or tails kind of coin.
Dang.
Okay, well let's.
Alright,
I'm
well,
gonna just tell you about me now, real quick.
Alright,
Leos
yeah.
are selfish. They're stubborn. They're just very like pride, and it's like every time I see a mirror, I have to look into it.
Damn. Look at it.
They're very just like they're fire, so it's very like they're the bad bitches of the fucking Zodiac. I'm not gonna argue with that. So what else to argue about? Who's the baddest bitch?
But what's wrong with Gemini?
Yeah, I wanna. Well,
Every
what's
time-
insane? Like,
Every time I
wait,
tell
don't
girls
know.
I'm a Gemini or whatever, like they're like, oh fuck.
Because it's the Gemini men. It's just they're very manipulative. They're two-sided. It's very like you can get nice guy or mean guy, and it kind of just like it flips. Like it's not just like you get a consistent man. You get it literally just like.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know you no more.
Now, who are you, Izzy? Are you nice guy,
Hey,
mean
what
guy?
the fuck?
I
You're a
think,
Gemini.
Hey, y'all shut the fuck up.
Fucking flips the table right now. There's no table, but if there was a table right here.
You motherfuckers are putting me on the spot.
I gotta get my fuck out of here.
We got. I feel like we just need to talk about that though. Like zodiac signs is like it's a big thing now. Everyone's into astrology now.
But you know what though? I feel like there's good Geminis, there's bad Geminis.
There's good. There's good.
Leos,
Yeah.
bad
There's
Leos,
yeah.
Like,
That's like in a way I don't really believe in astrology.
I really don't.
I feel like
I don't.
I mean, I hear everything from everyone,
Yeah,
and I'm like, I get
it's
a lot
so
of people who are
different.
very into it, and I understand. I'm like, okay, like I have people fucking read me the fucking tea, like oh, like give me your chart. So there's a chart, right? You have like this. You have your sun sign,
yeah,
your moon, yeah, all that
Yeah.
bullshit. It's fucking scary how accurate it is sometimes though, because you're just sitting there reading, listening to it, and you're like, I do that. I'm this. I'm that. But when,
I wish I could get like one of those professional shows you guys in.
I
Then maybe I'll believe it. Like
Yeah.
if they tell me exactly everything I do, then I'll be
no,
like,
but
okay,
you don't have to go to a
it's
fucking like pay someone to do it. You can literally just like read your chart yourself. You just put in simple information.
Yeah, it goes deep.
There's but there's a website. I did it myself. I read everything and I was upset and I closed the laptop because I was like, no, this is exactly how I am. You're upsetting me and my feelings are hurt because I was like, fuck, this is literally me. You know, it was upsetting, but you can do it.
For real?
Doesn't that kind of suck though? Like,
So just literally read how you are exactly. Yeah, that's why I got pissed off.
Well,
My
it's like,
my ego was hurt.
but then don't you get a feeling of like you don't really have freedom
No,
of to like be yourself?
no, I was just like.
So you're saying like, oh shit, someone put the shit on me that whenever I'm born, this is how I'm gonna be. Don't you get that? Like that sucks. No?
I mean, I don't.
You're just like,
I don't
go
see
with
that.
it.
I'm just like, fuck, like, okay, this makes sense. Like, all right, okay. Like, I'm not the type to wake
But
up
then-
every morning and be like, what's my horoscope?
I feel like
today?
I would get pissed. Like,
There's
I would
people that do that.
like
Yeah, I don't do that,
if
but-
I were to read that and it would be exactly how I am, like everything, I would be kind of pissed. 'Cause I'd be like, so I'm only this way because I was born that fucking day.
Day,
Maybe I would have
time.
burned
Yeah.
a day.
I mean,
whatever
I
it
get
is,
your,
you know?
I get your
You're like,
reasoning on that.
what
Like,
the
fuck, if I was born like in 2 hours later, it
I
would
would
be
be
totally
different.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that, but to me, I'm like, it's interesting to read about. There's some people who are really into it and just like die hard into it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
the way that they say things, it's like it makes total sense. So that's why I'm kind of like, okay, I trust you, and you're very right, and it's kind of scary how right you are.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to fucking read me in front of everybody. I'm at a party right now. I'm drunk as shit.
Yeah.
And you're gonna tell me you will cry in 2 days from now. I'm like, well, yeah, I probably will, but okay.
Damn, nah.
Speaking about that, like, do you hate when, like, let's say, like, you you meet someone and right away they ask you, what sign are you? And then they were like, ugh, I'm out.
Yeah.
No.
Do you feel like, let's say
Yeah.
you were to meet someone
Yeah.
that you're like, oh, this sign is terrible. Will you still be like, wait, but let's give them a chance? Or you right away you would be like, no, you're that sign. You're blah 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 blah. Get the fuck out of here.
Me personally, if I meet someone, they're like, yeah, like I'm a Gemini. I'd be like, okay. I'd probably give them like some bullshit, but like playing around, like, oh, you're a fucking
Yeah.
Gemini, like that way.
Yeah.
But
That's cool,
I would
that's
never be the type to be like, oh, you're a Scorpio. I'm sorry, I'm fucking out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But
not, it's
you
not
know
like
what?
that.
It's crazy that some people are like, and I feel like that's so
Yeah.
stupid. Like,
They're
first,
like, we're not compatible.
But here's the thing. I think now it's like it's different because people are like, well, what's your big three? So your big three is your sun, your rising, and your
yeah,
moon.
I've heard of that shit now too. Yeah.
So-
I know
I
my
don't know.
shit is.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know what mine is. I know.
I
I'm a
barely even
Gemini.
knew I was a Libra. I don't know.
But they literally ask you that shit, and they're like, okay, like it's the big three. They're like, well, you'll tell someone, oh yeah, I'm a Pisces, and they're like, okay, like, what's your moon? You know,
Yeah.
they'll go from there. If they're like,
Yeah.
oh, like if they wanna like pry more and kind of get to know you more,
Yeah.
they'll go deeper. But if you're like really into astrology, you'll go deeper. You won't just be like, oh, if you're a fake astrology hoe, you'll be like, oh, you're Gemini, okay, bye.
Yeah.
So Geminis are cool, pretty much.
I wouldn't say that. So Gemini, Scorpios, and Sagittarius, I feel like have the worst rep.
Damn.
Yeah.
I heard
Nah, Geminis
are
are
different.
Yes, Gemini.
Yeah.
It's the two-sidedness.
No, but it's two sides.
But-
Like it's two good sides.
No,
Like,
it can't always be two good sides. No, it's always just two opposites. No, I have a lot of friends who are Geminis, and I'm like, God, I love you guys. And I haven't seen the crazy. I've seen the crazy, but I haven't seen like the bad. Like I've never met like a bad Gemini who I'm like,
Exactly.
you know, I can't really fuck with you. But there's some people out there who are like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Not gonna name it Izzy, but not.
That what?
Ah,
Not
damn.
gonna
Let me
name
find
it.
out.
Is
Let
it
me
you?
find out.
You might be a little bit crazy.
If you guys follow me,
We-
unfollow him now. It's crazy.
Here's a question. Have you guys ever got your card read?
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have.
What was it?
Okay, so the first time I got him read was by my Nina, and she's very like into that, like everything, and it was very accurate. And I remember just leading the experience crying because it was like I was also a little bit intoxicated, but everything just made sense though. Like it was like past, present, and future, and it was very like scary accurate. And then
Yeah.
recently, maybe like within last month, I got the cards read. Same thing.
Again?
It was weirdly. No, I've gotten them read 3 times. I'm sorry, but
3 times.
3 times.
but not by like a professional, but by like people who like, you know,
Yeah.
Or
or, like,
just
really,
like
yeah. I never like paid for it kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the most recent time I was like, yeah, this is very accurate. Like it was kind of weird. Like I didn't go into the evening being like read my cards. It was birth. I didn't like go into it like read my cards. I was just kind of like we're chilling.
Yeah.
She had that. I was like, oh okay. And then she's like, you want me to read you? And I was like, okay, whatever. And then she did it, and I was like,
Fuck.
she's like, is this accurate? And I'm like, yeah. I mean, I guess it is, but yeah, it was weird. I was kind of like, wow.
But was everything cool? Like
It wasn't like you're gonna die in 2 days. It was just very like in the moment, kind of like
opening.
not like it was very like financial wise. It was like money,
Yeah.
and like at the time I was kind of like a little bit broke, and I was like, how do you know I'm broke right now? The tarot cards basically said you're broke, bitch, and I was like, okay, yeah, I know. And I was like, fuck.
So how do you react once they tell you your future? You're like, damn. Do you start like let's say they say your future is positive? Do you start working harder? So you're like, damn. Let me make it possible.
How about if they say you gonna die?
Or not even that. Like you're just like, oh, your future's gonna be broke. What do you act like? What do you react to that?
I think about it for a little bit, and I'm kind of like, I kind of forget about it. I kind of, it's just like it's
How could you?
back
How
on.
could you?
But it depends. Like if it's like, oh, you're gonna die, I'll be like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna die.
Well, everyone's gonna die.
Will you be paranoid every time like you get like in a car?
But
Or
not me. Like
or some shit?
I don't think I would. It depends on the person, how like strong your mind
Yeah,
is to be like, you know, some people go there like, oh, to like pay someone to be like, well, what's gonna happen? Like, please, like I'm desperate, and that's to me, it's like I've read it out of fun, and I've read it out of curiosity, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
like it's not like in like branded in me that I'm like, oh my god.
Talking about that, do you believe like in that certain people can go up to like those type? You know how there's those little psychic spots where you're like you pay for shit. Do you feel like someone that hates you could just go in there and be like, hey, I want to put a little curse on this food?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you believe in that?
I don't know. Like I've never firsthand experienced that. I think it's possible. There's a lot of witchcraft.
It's possible for sure. Trust me.
Has someone put brujeria on me?
Yeah.
But there's ways to find out if someone has though. Like I see all these.
Yeah, I was seeing that you could go up to someone and like you just pay them to remove it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that should work.
To me, that's like insane.
But I mean,
that people can literally just be like, I want to curse you.
It's crazy. It's super fucking
or just
crazy.
have to like, oh, let me have some bad years for this food and shit like that.
Yeah, I'm like, I did maybe
Why,
one.
why would
bad
someone
thing
even
wrong.
do that? Like,
Like
it's
for what?
crazy though.
Alright, imagine this, right?
Okay, well, why did you have brujeria put on
Yeah,
there?
that's what I'm saying. Alright, put yourself in my shoes, right?
Oh god.
Alright, so we're going to prom, right?
Oh
Asked the
no,
girl to
not
go to
prom night.
Yeah, it's prom night. During the day, she's like, yo, my mom wants to take pictures. Is it cool if you come to my house and we could take some pictures outside the house? And I was like, okay, cool, let's go outside. So we go outside, we take pictures. Everything's cool. Like the mom is cool. Like everything was dope. And then the mom's like, oh, come have a like glass of water or whatever. Like come inside the house. And then like I could tell like she's like kind of nervous. She's like, no, you know. And I was like, what? But like I don't know. I still went inside the house. I go in. Imagine this.
Imagine what?
The walls pitch black. Everything, like, okay, like the ceiling is not white. Everything is pitch black. And they have a statue, big statue, probably like this big, of the Grim Reaper.
Oh my god.
Yeah. As soon as I went in, chills. I was like, what the fuck? Happy dad.
Happy dad.
Yeah, but I swear to God,
Sponsored ad. Like happy dad.
we want Happy Dad to sponsor us. Happy Dad. But I got fucking chills. As soon as I walk in, chills, right? And I look at the girl and I'm like, yo, what the hell, you know? But she was like feeling like embarrassed, you know? So I was like, fuck. At the same time, I felt bad, but I felt like kind of scared, you know? I was like, where the fuck am I? And I was just looking everywhere. I'm like, yo, something's gonna pop up. Someone's gonna grab me or some shit, you know? But she gave me the glass of water. Like, we're like, okay, cool, we're going. So we left the prom. That shit kind of creeped me out. And like, we were kind of just going as friends, pretty much just to take pictures. And like, you know, we were gonna hang out as a group. So we took the pictures. I danced for a little bit. And after that, we did our own thing, right? So pretty much my night is over. I tell her, yo, there's an after party. I told her, do you wanna go or do you wanna go home? She's like, no, I wanna go home. Cause okay, like the last 2 hours I kinda ignored her a little bit. But yeah, she said I wanna go home. So I dropped her off. It was like, I don't know, 11, maybe 12. I dropped her off, right? We went to the after party and like I was telling the people there, I was like, yo, this shit happened. They're like, oh, for real? I was like, yeah. And then she texted me at 3 in the morning. She was like, I had fun, like capitals, you know? And I was like, okay, cool. And then some fucking dumbass drunk girl was like, oh my God. I was like, what? She's like, that's the devil's hour. I was like, nah, for real?
Oh my God.
Yeah, she texted me at 3 in the morning.
That is definitely
3 in the morning. And she was like, and she was making it worse. She was like, yo, she could have texted me at 12, right when you dropped her off. She could have texted me at 1, at 2 something. But she texted me right at 3 a.m. That was out.
Oh my God.
Oh. And then, I don't know, like shit after that, like I was showering. I swear to God, we did a podcast about this shit, remember? And some people were like, yo, that's cap. Bullshit, that shit ain't cap. That shit legit happened to me. I was showering, right? The lights just turned off. Like, they legit just turned off. And at first, because some of the guys always like come to my house and shit, at first I was like, yo, it's one of these motherfuckers just fucking with me.
Yeah.
But the door was locked, no one was there, like, the lights just turned off. For 1 week, I fucking showered with the door open. Like open, not even unlocked, open. And my mom was like, yo, what's going on? And I was like, yo, to be honest, I think they did that little bit, yeah, shit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. No, but I know people are capable of that shit. And I feel like witchcraft now is more common in a sense.
Why though?
Does that make sense? But I see it like
Yeah.
now more than ever.
Yeah, I feel like people are just trying it more.
They're
Cause
more
like it's
open
getting
to it.
more.
They're more open
Yeah.
to it, for sure.
And I, like in my opinion, like my For You page on TikTok is like witchcraft, and mostly they're like, oh, like say this to get him to text you, kind of like
Yeah.
those kind of things. And I'm like, okay, like I scroll past them, but I still see them and I listen to them. And I'm like, I don't know how like true that is, or the effect. Or,
I've been using it because I've experienced this, so yeah.
I mean, personally, yeah, I feel like I'll believe in it when I experience it.
So let me tell you something about like getting your tarot cards read. Like I was gonna go back to that real quick. So one of my like aunts on my grandma's, my mom. So my mom's grandma, so that her cousin got her cards read,
Yeah.
and they were saying that she got the death one, and it was gonna be death in threes, and it was like her husband died, her brother died, and like her uncle died, and it literally was just like a 3. It literally said.
So it was that?
Yeah, she got the death one, and it's just all like death.
Oh shit.
And I was like, and then my grandma's like, you never get your cards read and blah blah blah.
You think it's bad luck?
I mean, it just depends. Like, I don't know. Like, it just when she said that, I was just like, fuck. Like, you got all that, like, death in threes.
That's
But they always say death comes in threes too.
They do.
For celebrities, they say that.
No, even
No,
for
but even in general.
Even in
So,
general,
like,
bro.
No,
No.
I'm believing it too.
Because
I believe that shit.
let's say one celebrity dies, and I hear 2 people that. So the 27 Club is basically it's a bunch of famous people, throughout history who have died at the age of 27. Musicians, so Amy Winehouse is one, Jimi Hendrix is one, Kurt Cobain is one. It's just a bunch of people who just die at 27.
Really?
And there's a lot of people who are kind of like speculating that like when you get to a certain level of fame, you just die. Like it's weird kind of how you die. Or there's like overdose, or they say it's all these different things.
You think that shit has to do with like selling your soul?
I mean, it could, but
I've heard a lot of shit about it.
the way I see it is like, okay, if that was the case of selling your soul with this 27 Club, like it would have been a lot of different people that would have died.
What if there's like different like little?
Yeah, because think of who's famous. Like so many people are famous, then everybody would have died. That's what it said.
Has anyone like lately? Has anyone done that to us?
Not lately. I think the last person was Amy Winehouse.
Mac Miller.
That was a couple years.
I don't know.
I feel like he.
It might have been 27.
Yeah, I feel
I'm
like he
looking
died
at shit
around
up.
that age.
We're gonna ask you about one of the things that people were telling us about from our last podcast.
Go for it.
So we were talking about like, the Club 340.
Yeah.
Of
Big
course
club.
you do. So we were talking about like that when we just turned 18, 19, pretty much that was like one of the few clubs that you go to because there wasn't anyone over.
Yeah, literally.
18 and over.
And we're just like, we just went very usual, blah, blah, blah. You know. But one of our shits was like, or they were saying like, once you go to a gay club, like, a lot of people were saying you gotta expect for like,
You to get grabbed.
gay men to like grab you, get touched by them. But
Yeah.
my argument was like, regardless if you're going to a gay club and you're not gay, you cannot like pretty much like I guess let yourself get groped, etc. etc. How do you feel like men should act? Like, even just because a lot of this is well, you're going to a gay club, it doesn't fucking matter. If you're going to a gay club, you gotta expect to get grabbed, blah 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 blah. How do you feel about that?
But I feel like if you walk into any bar, you shouldn't expect to be groped, grabbed.
Yeah.
You know, that's not okay. But I think people were kind of like upset probably because like you went to a gay space,
Yeah.
as straight men, and they were like, well, you should have expected that, blah blah blah. But
Yeah.
I don't think that would be okay to do. You like walk into any bar and just expect a woman or just anyone just like grabbing you, being all over you, whether it's gay, straight, like it doesn't matter. I feel like
Yeah.
if you're walking into a bar or like a club, you shouldn't be touched appropriately. It doesn't matter what sexuality you identify as or whatever your gender is. I just feel like
I feel like
as a universal, it's a universal thing.
Yeah,
like it's
yeah,
not. It
it's
doesn't
also-
matter,
yeah.
But that's why, like you go, you expect, to have a good time, and then you don't want to,
I feel like some people are just mad because you know how sometimes like they say, oh, like that's our fucking space,
Like a private
Yeah,
space.
no, I get that.
But it's not like we're going to disturb you guys. It's just
Yeah,
like, you know what,
we're
that's
just
one of
going
our
to
options.
yeah.
Yeah. It's not like we're like,
Because
oh shit.
I was telling him, I was like, we have a lot of gay friends. When I say a lot, bro,
It's a lot.
probably more than 10. Like
Yeah.
And we're all like,
And there was a lot of dudes like they were dancing, we were like just fucking hyping them up. We're
Yeah.
Like, yo, like get that shit.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
just
I get
fucking
that.
with people too.
But if you walk into a place and you feel unsafe, regardless of where you are, you can just leave. Like there's
That's true,
ways,
yeah. Yeah.
For
And
sure.
I just feel like a gay bar is a little bit more different than straight bars because there's no kind of limits in a sense.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
like dogs.
So-
But you in a safe space, say you see us, right?
Yeah.
And like we're just fucking having fun. And say you talk to us, right?
Yeah, and you're like,
you're
oh,
super cool.
Yeah,
Like,
and you say
hey,
you're straight, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
and I get
Like,
that.
hey, you're Ryan. Like, what's up? And
Yeah.
then like we just continue partying. Like,
Then that's cool, but
yeah.
I think it's just weird. Like our gay culture is just obsessed a lot, like mostly with like the straight man and just being like,
Because we're not dicks. There's a lot of guys.
No, there
especially-
is a guys.
I know a lot of guys, especially like the older generation that are like super homophobic. You know?
Yeah.
Like big time. But like I feel like it's getting to a point where like I don't know. I feel like everyone's like not accepting it, but like starting to like realize, like,
No, it's getting to the point of acceptance, but it's still not. Like
Yeah,
we're reversing, but we're going forward at the same time.
Yeah.
Like a lot has happened in the years that I've been alive. Like I've witnessed literally like gay marriage being
Bro,
legalized.
you mind is asking you when did you know?
I think I knew early on. I knew really early on. So there was a guy that I was like on like my t-ball team, and that was like at like t-ball. When did you play t-ball? Like I don't know what the age is.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
And I got like a big old crush on him. And I think it was like second, third grade, when I was just like, okay, like we're gonna sign my autograph book, and I'm like so excited for, or the yearbook, you sign your yearbook, and I was like,
Yeah.
and I was like so excited for that. But I like knew like to keep things very like under the radar from like forever, and I kind of just like went with that.
All right. Second question: do you feel being gay is like genetically? How a lot of people say it's just genetically, like you're
No.
genetically, or do you feel like once you're born and you just start liking
See,
something
like,
different?
You will meet people who be like, oh, like, super straight, masculine, whatever, and like fucking 10 years down the line, they're gay.
Yeah.
Like,
it's true.
it's just different for everyone. It's not, I don't think it's genetics. Like, some people argue, like, oh, well, like, you're born gay, but I'm like,
Yeah, yeah, that's
you're
what I
not,
was
like, you're
seeing.
not, though. Like, it's not, to me, it depends on there's so many factors, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's science, it's like behind like the factors of it, and there's like, I don't know. Like I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. Like I just know that shit happens, and
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
the environment, the fucking
Like, you feel it.
atmosphere. You just
Yeah.
kind of like you go from there. But
Yeah.
like it doesn't mean that it has to be like stereotyped that like, oh, like you didn't have a dad, so like you're gay.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Because you mean guys are like, you know, I had a single mother, straight.
Yeah, so you're like, you were raised feminine.
Yeah,
blah, blah,
exactly.
blah.
Yeah, so there's different
That's
things
true.
that it just really varies on
It's like the
people.
horoscopes.
Yeah, I never thought in the. I always thought like every time I would.
You really said horoscope.
You were born on that day.
You were born in the horoscopes. Yeah. So
Or the
I was-
horoscope.
The horror. I put the horror in horoscopes.
Horoscope.
I said
Yeah.
horror.
You said yeah, the horoscopes.
Do you believe in religions or no?
I mean, I do, but like I don't.
I don't.
It's not like a thing. Like I know what it is, but I'm like I don't follow it.
Yeah,
Like,
stop following it.
me, I love the aesthetic of like the whole Catholic Church, like the stained glass, like all the fucking paintings. I'm like, this shit is fucking.
I mean, it's dope.
It looks great.
It's dope.
Yeah,
I'm like, I
feel
don't really care what you believe in, but
Yeah.
like,
Did you do all like your baptism?
so I always do
First
my
communion?
baptism, first communion. I didn't do my what's the one?
Confirmation.
Yeah, I didn't do confirmation.
Yeah, that's the same.
I didn't do any of that. I just got baptized.
As soon as I
didn't do nothing else.
But I'm like, God, you guys really went off with the same glass. Like, shout out to the Catholic Church for like stained glass. Like, you walk in, you're like, God damn, these buildings are beautiful, but
Yeah.
y'all fucking, your religion is just something else.
They get a lot of money with all those little tips. And
Yeah.
all.
Hey, talking about that, do you guys feel like not just churches, but like
Religion in general is a
is
profit.
a scam for
It is,
profit?
it is.
Because if you guys know like about that, the what is it called, like that was the Pope thingy? Oh, that who's the main Pope right now?
I don't know who the Pope is, but I know.
But like what they call specific like the
Oh.
Vatican?
Oh, the Vatican, yeah.
Yeah.
They hide so
They're-
much shit from everyone. There's so many. Oh my god.
Bro,
What
and
did I
then the
say?
fact that they're so fucking rich, every single one of them, anyone
Everybody
has
gets money. That's why.
Yeah.
But like,
Everybody.
to
Do you
me,
think
I'm
it's
like,
all like a fucking scam just to make money?
Why? How, I have so many questions. I'm just like, so you're telling me there's
Brother,
the
isn't-
Vatican, the tombs or the catacomb or whatever the fuck they call it, with all these fucking hidden records and shit that we can't know. For what reason? Why is it not public?
Bro, it's 'cause go to your local church. Just see how much money they make.
Nah, you know what?
Like when they pass that.
Every
bro,
pastor I've met is balling.
Yeah. So to me, like religion, it's cool and all. Like if you believe in it, you believe in it. Like if you're a diehard, you're a diehard. But I'm not gonna be like, oh no, you know. But
Yeah.
if you're gonna come to me and be like, the Lord, the Lord, the Lord, and I'm like,
Get the fuck out of here.
listen to Kaylee.
I
don't wanna,
swear.
I don't want to hear this shit, Kaylee. It is a Tuesday afternoon. I'm drastically hungover. I'm also homosexual. I'm sipping on iced coffee right now. I'm probably gonna go to hell. I don't want to hear what you have to say about the Lord right
I
now.
have an amazing like little when we're little and those Jehovah Witnesses would come not. Would your parents hide? Because my mom would hide.
Bro.
She would like, I
You
didn't.
would
Let's
turn
go
off
hide.
the TV and everything,
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
Like, turn on the TV
What
show.
happened with you?
Luckily, it was like our TV was like on the opposite. We had like the living. So in my house, it was like a living room, and then there was the TV room. So everything was like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like in the back of the house. But they would knock, and then we would just answer and be like,
Oh,
no. It was just very, just like no.
Hell
No.
no. I feel like
No, go away.
my Jehovah Witness, like they would not until like absolutely sure.
They
no
would
one's
break
home.
into your backyard and be like, hey, are you there? Hello?
I swear,
the
bro.
Lord?
And the fact that when I was young, I would live in apartments and they would still like be 5 minutes knocking. And my mom would
They would
just
be at
like,
your window, hanging on the window sill.
my
Like,
mom would be
"Hello?"
like far away. Cállense.
But I feel like they knew, like, yo,
Yeah.
these motherfuckers are in there, like,
In there.
they gotta get
Yeah.
out.
But once it was like 5 minutes, I'd be like, alright, let's switch to the next
But like,
apartment.
why did the Jehovah's Witnesses like, you know, we're gonna go door to door to everyone to spread the word of the Lord?
Yeah, like,
What is it?
But here's my thing, like, okay, there's Catholicism, then there's Christian, and there's like 14 other fucking branches of like
There's a lot.
That we
too
know
many.
of.
Yeah, and then there's probably like, and there's Satanism. if you believe in the
There's
devil.
Masons.
no, there is.
Yeah,
The
the
Freemasons.
The Freemasons, isn't it Illuminati?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
See, to
Yeah,
me,
all
I'm
that
like,
shit.
I get like caught up in like, why? You believe in one God, right?
There's everything. Right?
Do you believe in that the government is really into like a deep
Yes,
Illuminati?
yes,
into-
yes. The government.
For sure.
I don't want to believe it, but I've seen some videos where I'm like,
No,
Bro,
there's
have
too
you
many
guys-
things that is like controlled, and it's like
Yeah.
you see some shit and you're like, okay, like I see it, and then it happens what a year or two
Yeah.
later. They're
Yo.
conditioning your mind to be like, oh, this is gonna happen.
And have you seen this shit? I don't know if you guys seen that like YouTube videos, like the shit with their eyes when it, like kind of like fucks with their eyes. You haven't seen?
Oh, like the reptile shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there-
Nah.
there's like a theory that like people are like the government, it's like reptiles.
You haven't seen that?
Nah, I haven't seen that.
Bro, that shit like they're just chilling, and then next thing you know, their eyes just fucking.
And like on
go
camera,
crazy.
just like it looks weird. Like it looks like a reptile's eyes.
Have you guys heard that about that theory where like, you know how no one's allowed in Antarctica?
Yeah, because they're fucking hiding shit there.
Because supposedly they say like the most powerful people in the world meet up there. They have the meetings. That there's like this big ass city in there
I believe
hiding.
Wait, I never knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because Antarctica is owned by the government.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So no one's allowed. Like, let's say
Tell-
you were
tell
to
me
go right
more
now.
shit, 'cause I don't know.
Let's say you were
You
to
can't
go right
just
now.
go to
you'll get
Antarctica.
shot up. Yeah,
you
Really?
can't just go to
Yeah.
Antarctica.
That's why it's like taking off. But they say that somewhere beneath all that fucking ice, there's a big ass city where all the like powerful people from the world meet up, and they're just like coming up with ideas, plans to like keep the world.
The way I
how
see it is, if you want to live, just become powerful.
Yeah.
What the hell? I never knew shit about this
Yeah,
shit.
you search it up. There's so much crazy shit about that. Hinged himself supposedly in jail. Once he was gonna rat
Jeffrey
out
Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah.
That whole island thing.
Yeah.
Did you see the thing about when that guy went to the island and what he saw and everything?
Yeah. Have you guys seen the documentary on Netflix about
Yes.
him? Yeah. That
Wait,
shit's
what?
crazy. Have you seen that one?
No, there's a
Jeffrey
documentary.
Epstein?
Yes.
Bro,
It's
that shit
insane.
is crazy. I actually just heard that one of those people that came in that is official like suing one of his partners and is like becoming like big. I forgot. I mean, I don't know the,
The
whole
whole
story
thing
about it,
is just a mess.
It's
What?
fucking. You've never seen that?
I
But
haven't
to
seen
me,
it.
the thing is like
But
the,
I've heard about it.
the whole like the
That's
celebrities that have been to the island, who have
Yeah.
visited the
They said
island.
the
The
Prince of England at that time, or the King, whoever it was, that he was always there.
But it's like a lot of the celebrities that we like know and
Yeah.
love have like been there, and I'm like,
Pretty much, if you've been to the Jeffrey Epstein Island, you're like,
Yeah.
you're bad. You're bad.
like there's just
Yeah.
sketchy activity. And then have you heard of Pizzagate?
No.
Pizzagate. Oh my god.
What is it?
So, supposedly in like Washington D.C., there's like a pizza shop where these elite members meet and they discuss whatever the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
But it's like sex trafficking and like all this crazy shit.
It's like that furniture shit we were talking about.
Like fucking
Wayfair.
Wayfair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
kinda
believe
like
in that?
Yeah.
That's
What the
crazy.
That shit's
hell,
insane.
Because people actually have shown receipts where like furniture's literally changed Angela, fucking blah 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 blah, and people know that they're named like that for a fucking
And that's
reason.
crazy. Like it's gone out to the public and like
Yeah.
Just basically know that everything's monitored. We are puppets.
But if you think about it, anyone that has talked about crazy shit like that, that they're actually like big, moments later they're like suffering.
no, if they get deep into that shit, like I heard that the collapse at Miami with the I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
there was
yeah, I
a building
heard,
like at
yeah.
the apartment
Yeah,
building. Like he was getting deep into what
I don't know what it was, but they said that the collapse was stupid.
Did you
fake.
hear about that shit or no?
Yeah, I heard about
Like
it.
they're saying that because you know how a building collapsed in Miami.
When was
It
it?
was a couple months ago.
Yeah, for like a month.
Yeah, like 1, 2.
And it was due to what, like the weather or whatever.
supposedly the weather. Yeah.
Yeah, and like it just like it collapsed half, and then like all of a sudden like everything collapsed. You know.
Okay, like 9/11.
Similar.
Yeah.
To, they're comparing it to 9/11.
Like
And
Just smaller buildings.
Yo, and there was recordings like when the building fell, like because at first it was because of the weather, right?
Yeah.
And then they're like, no, we gotta take this shit down because if it falls like weird, it could like
Yeah.
hurt the other buildings or whatever. So they're like, we're gonna put bombs to destroy everything. So when they put the bombs or whatever, like there's recordings of people still trying to get out, and like that shit just collapsed. And then they're saying that there was a guy that was like, I don't know, investigating some shit. I don't know.
and then he investigated too far and it got
Yeah.
there's always some bullshit.
But okay, here's my thing. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen things about people who had the cure for like cancer and AIDS,
Exactly.
and they were
what's
just
that?
like knocked out.
The specific doctor, what's his name? I know he was African.
Yeah. I don't remember what his name was, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Sebi?
And then just like, because here's the
Is
thing.
his name Sebi, something like that? Yeah, but supposedly that he had the cure for cancer, and then he tried to take it out publicly, and then like he got killed.
Think about it. Think about how much money cancer is making.
Billions.
So much
Money.
fucking money. It's insane. Cancer is like literally just like, okay, if you want cancer, it's like, okay, fund. But
I feel like cancer and
where's the
AIDS
cure?
is-
I feel like cancer and AIDS could easily be, there's
Yeah,
a cure.
They found a
There is-
cure.
Magic
They found a
Johnson's
cure-
living.
Bro, they found a cure for COVID in a month, 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah, and think about that, like, okay, all of a sudden there's like that, you know, we can't worry about, we can't put as much emphasis on
Yeah.
AIDS and cancer, but for
Exactly.
COVID, it's like, that's a different thing. To me, that's just like crazy that like we can't still, okay, like, you know, this happened, unfortunately, yeah. Okay, like now let's go back to putting our efforts towards AIDS or to
Yeah.
cancer.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
I honestly do feel like there's certain stuff that the government makes to kill off people because we're too popular.
honestly, there's too, okay, I'm gonna be honest, there's too many people on this earth.
There is.
There's too many. We're overpopulated. Everybody knows this. Climate,
Bro,
global warming is
is it,
getting worse.
bro,
Everything
California is like on like 2% water.
It's crazy.
Literally.
Honestly, don't go to school. Don't get a degree because we're just gonna be dead.
And don't fucking move to LA. It's not
Yeah,
as good as
live
it
in
sounds.
Alaska.
People-
You know what? Move to Antarctica for all I fucking care.
It's all those people that are like in the Midwest,
Go
like
to Texas.
Ohio, Nebraska.
Yeah, go to the biggest state in the fucking
Yeah.
world, and that's Texas.
Texas is super cheap.
Yeah, we're gonna
guys.
cheers
Go to
Texas.
Texas.
Happy
Stop
Dad
coming to
sponsor us.
LA.
Happy that.
Sponsor us.
It's not worth it.
It's not. Traffic is
It's
super bad.
Toxic.
Bro,
None of you literally drank what I just fucking.
And
did.
if you do,
alright,
Go to
let's
Skid
try
Row.
it again. Alright.
if you move, the best part to live in LA is Skid Row. Go to Skid Row.
Yeah, we will find a nice little apartment with one. It
Bro,
has-
talking about Skid Row,
Like
did you guys ever see that? The what is it called? The Cecil Hotel shit.
Oh my god, yeah, that fucking
Bro,
hotel.
you saw
What?
that? Oh my god. This guy don't see shit.
This fool doesn't know shit.
He's not aware.
Damn.
Oh, that shit
Alright.
was
I put me
crazy.
up to date. Maybe I heard, maybe I haven't.
So it was this girl from Canada,
I don't know where she came from, but
but she was Asian.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
I forgot where she was traveling from. She was like, oh shit, I want to travel before I get. She was like 18, 19.
Mhm.
And she went to a specific hotel called Cecil Hotel,
It's in downtown.
but literally right by Skid Row, like right there.
It's
Yeah.
in the ghetto.
Yeah, in the ghetto.
Yeah, yeah.
Point is, she died. Someone killed her. No one knows who. She ended up in the water tank on top of the hotel. But no one knew. Like the cameras were off, etc.
There was a lot of weird
etc. A
shit.
lot of weird shit.
But that hotel is notorious for like fucking weird shit. A lot of people like would die there and fucking
Yeah.
commit suicide. It's just like a very bad hotel.
Terrible.
Is it still open?
no, it's
They
closed
closed it
now.
down, but it's like people like will see shit like lights flash on and on. Because people who live across from it, like in a big building, they see like shit going on.
Yeah.
But anyways, that hotel, it's just weird. Like, how do you get in an elevator 1 minute and the next minute you're
You're dead.
disappeared, and then you're dead in a water tank and they don't find you for like weeks on end. Imagine staying at the hotel drinking water and it's just she's been in there.
For days.
Yes, for days.
How many days?
I don't.
It was a couple.
It was a couple
fucking
weeks.
days.
I remember seeing it on TV and being like, "Oh, well, we haven't found her," and then they found her like in the water tank. Like,
I know, and if you think about it, you would probably think this was like back in 1990 something. No,
No.
it was like 10 years ago.
And they said there was like no like way of for her to like jump into it. Like it was just like
And the biggest part was that she was naked in there.
yeah.
Her clothes were
Yo.
floating in the water.
How are the people that crazy in this motherfucker?
No,
But it's
it-
because
it
no one
was
knows
weird.
what happened.
Like how do
So
you?
they settled the
She was murdered.
no, they didn't settle it anymore because they don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah, it's literally just like a mystery. Like
It's
it's
a
an
mystery.
unsolved mystery.
It's unsolved.
Or she got possessed.
No. It has to be something else. Aliens.
Some crazy shit. I don't
But it's just, I think the hotel just has so much bad energy that it's just like
know. Yeah.
When did they close it down?
recently.
I have no.
I feel like recently.
I don't know. Yeah, no, I have no specific We could search it up.
Is it a documentary or what?
Yeah,
it's on Netflix.
You're missing a lot of things on Netflix.
You said you love watching this shit, but you haven't
do.
watched it. Bro, talking about serial killers, like, it's so crazy. Like, you were talking earlier about the Zodiac killer. They never fucking found them.
And that was like years ago. They still don't know who the fuck.
And he was right here in Riverside killing motherfuckers.
River, I know. Oh God.
Yeah, he was at RCC, the community college.
What do you mean?
He killed like 2 girls at RCC, and they never
Well,
found
basically,
them.
it was just this weird killer, and they never.
You've never
caught
seen
him.
that movie either?
The
Oh
Zodiac
my
killer?
god, bro,
Jesus.
this guy is not
Yeah,
on
I'm
it.
gonna just drink. This guy
Yeah.
has no.
I'm
This
gonna
guy
check-
don't-
I'm gonna check this because I don't know.
Watch Zodiac, the movie. Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
It's a movie or it's like episodes.
It's a movie. It's like just like
It's a movie.
with
What's it called?
actors.
Sick ass movie.
What's it called?
But you got
Zodiac.
Jake Gyllenhaal in there.
Then
We
you
got
Jake Gyllenhaal.
we got Hulk in there. We got Iron Man in there.
Yeah, you got all of them.
All of them.
The Avengers are all in it. It's the Avengers take on the
it's-
Zodiac
yeah,
killer.
pretty much.
Yeah, basically.
Really?
Yeah.
But it was back then when they were already starting off their careers.
Yeah. It was earlier. Okay, wait, but have you ever seen Changeling? With Angelina Jolie?
No.
Nah.
So that's another crime movie with a true story. So it happened in, they called it Wineville back in the day, but then they changed the name. So it's over in like Moreno Valley. What was Wineville called before? I'll literally Google it right now. I'm looking at it. But basically, she lived in LA.
Was
Her
it
son-
the little son?
Yeah.
I know it. I know it.
Her son went.
Oh, I saw. Yeah, I
Wait,
know.
wait, how-
But it wasn't Moreno Valley. It was right here in Moreloma.
Yes, near Loma.
Moreloma.
Yeah. So basically,
Yeah, bro.
let me
This was back. Well, put it in thing. This was back like in
20,
1920s.
like in the 20s,
Yeah.
early 20s.
Yeah,
So
so tell
listen to this. Her son was kidnapped. The police gave her some other boy and said, "This is your son." She's like, "No, this is my fucking kid. I know my kid."
She knew.
And she knew.
Yeah.
And they put her in a fucking mental hospital because they got, back then you just throw people in mental hospital.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, fighting for it. She's like, it's not my son. Come to find out, all these fucking boys were going missing.
Yeah.
And they traced it back to this fucking
Farm.
chicken farm
Yeah.
in
Moreloma.
Moreloma.
Yeah.
Literally down the street.
What the hell?
And she was fighting for it. And she was like, no, I'm not insane. I'm not crazy. My son, they gave me the wrong person.
Yeah.
Come to find out, like the LAPD was just wrong. Like they found all these bodies and they found her kid. And she was like, it was this whole lawsuit
But the thing is, it took years.
thing. It took years. Like they were like, we're sorry. We gave you,
Yeah. So just think
But
about
it
it.
was
Like,
just
it was right there.
so fucked up though, like the way that they treated her, the way that they were doing everything, like shady and just being like, this is your kid, deal with it. You're crazy if it's not your kid.
What the hell?
Yeah.
And then they found like all the remains and everything, but it's on Netflix now
was
too.
dead, yeah.
You can watch
How
that
do you
movie.
guys know all this shit?
I watch a lot
You
of
just-
shit.
yeah,
okay?
I watch everything.
I love this shit too.
I watched that shit.
Well, now
That
you know.
Changeling was
Okay.
like fucking amazing.
No, but that one
now-
is just so good.
I have a lot of shit to watch.
Yeah, now you have Netflix list.
No,
I
all
really-
this
I
shit is
really
crazy.
go-
This
I-
show is now called Izzy Doesn't Know Shit.
Izzy doesn't watch it when he said he did.
Damn. I'm about to watch a lot of shit.
Bro, those shits are
Bro,
fucking like trippy. Like,
what the hell?
cause back then, like, no one would come to this side. Like, you're in LA.
Think about how far of a drive that was
Back then.
back then.
Right now, from Moreloma to LA is like a 40-minute drive. So back then, probably like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Cars were like so as fuck.
Yeah.
3-4 hour drive, like, bro.
You wouldn't know more bro.
And
No, they had
and not
cars
only
back
that, he would molest the kids.
Yeah, it was really like it was really.
And
bad.
he was a young ass dude too. He was like, I think, early 20s for sure.
Yeah. He was just
Early 20s.
creepy. Like it was just like weird. Like the
Creepy,
whole movie is just like.
So he would go to LA, steal a boy, bring him back, rape him, leave him, work for him. Like,
Yeah, it was just like a weird like lock them in the chicken cages like kind of thing.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
But it's like you need to watch it because it's just like it was literally right here.
I'm gonna watch it.
But they had it literally. The city was called Wineville, or
Yeah, now it's called
they
Moreloma.
had to
Back
change the
then,
name.
yeah,
Why they-
because of the
Because of what
fact,
happened?
yeah,
Oh, really?
they didn't want it to stay in the history.
Yeah,
So
so they changed it to
it's not like
Moreloma. They changed it to Moreloma.
Shit.
So it's
So
crazy
no,
shit.
no.
You know, crazy. I feel like all around here we have some history. You know that
Montana has history.
Al Capone was staying in Fontana, same as the KKK.
Hey, and
I
I know a girl that stays. What was it? Is it the Al Capone or the KKK?
KKK house.
Yeah, like.
It's
one of
a-
my-
In Chino Hills?
No,
No,
Fontana.
Fontana.
Oh, we have shit in Chino Hills too. You know
Really?
about that? You know, okay, so Chino Hills used to be like a military base thing that they would test nuclear shit or whatever. So in Chino Hills, there's a place, it's like a myth called Green Mist.
Yeah.
So at certain times of the night, like if there was fog and you got mist, it would be green. And it's weird because you go up this road, all the way up there, security cameras, like a little like base or like a hut.
Mm-hmm.
And if you cross it, like it's military owned. It's weird.
Yeah.
And it's literally right here. Like you walk up the hill, like it's just so weird. And then you just get to like a fence and like it's guarded or not guarded, but probably guarded, but like there's just like barbed wire, there's cameras, and it's like if you cross this fence, blah blah blah, this is military property.
Yeah.
So then there's just the legend of that, like that was still military owned. And then there's also the legend of Pigman, but
What's
that's
big,
real.
man?
Some like butcher who like slaughtered a bunch of pigs and then would wear the face
Oh.
and would run around.
You would wear the pig face.
Then he would wear like a pig's face and like slaughter people.
Oh shit.
And there's also this one is actually true. So in Chino Hills, up in the hills somewhere, the house has been torn down, like it's gone, like whatever. But it was called the Cooper House. The whole family was like murdered, and
By who?
they blamed it on some black guy. And it turned Kim Kardashian literally freed him from jail.
Oh, that's the case. Yeah.
That was the case. He didn't do it. He was like wrongfully accused.
Yeah, of course.
And the house was like haunted, and there's like supposedly like it's like KKK or like satanic.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like satanic and like KKK things we hear
Right.
that go on in the hills. If not like in Chino Hills, but like behind it, which is kind of like Carbon Canyon going into Brea.
Yeah.
So it's like behind there, but that's like our like urban legend. So
Listen
that's
to
the
this though.
You got shit in Fontana?
We stay in
We got
Fontana, right?
shit.
Y'all got shit in Fontana?
So, right in Fontana, right? Like not in the center, but close to the center, we have the KKK house.
Al
And-
Capone's house.
And right 1 block away, Al Capone's house.
You know Al
One
Capone
of
is?
one of
Yeah,
the most
gangsta.
famous.
Notorious.
What was he fucking doing in
Gangster.
Montana?
That's what we're saying.
So, the thing was that, like, back in Fontana, like, in the early, when he was there,
low key.
so, you know how Fontana has a steel mill? So, they were, like,
Actually,
famous for having, like, the best steel in the fucking world. So,
Trains and everything.
yeah.
bro.
So, they were, like, the best steel mill of, like, in the fucking U.S. So, his whole shit was, like, I guess, we gotta hide out in the least worst possible, like, they're gonna find me.
This was I guess Fontana was the best low key spot, and not only that, the best transportation spot.
Yeah.
The trains literally cross
Right, everything.
right by here, like producing steel and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Fontana's known for like
So, yeah.
steel, trains, and all that shit. We don't talk about it, you know? Like, I don't know, we gotta talk about Fontana just a little bit.
Yeah.
Fontucky, I call it Fontucky.
Have you been there enough or no?
No, I mean I passed through, maybe shot people off, but I've never been. Hey, let me just visit. Let me walk
No.
around Fontana.
No, like we have a homegirl now. Like she lives in the it's a KKK house.
Yeah, it is a KKK
It's the
house.
KKK
Old
house.
KKK house, yeah.
And like I've been to that shit. Like I don't feel anything. You know?
Is it like a big house?
Yeah, it's like a.
Okay. It's a castle, bro.
Look,
That's just a castle.
you could walk. I mean, not walk. You could drive by that street, right? And I could ask you. You tell me what's a KKK house, right? You tell me, and it's a big ass street. You're gonna know what's the KKK house
Yeah,
because
for sure.
it's like regular house, regular house, regular house.
Boom.
Holy shit!
Damn.
Fucking
All white, all white.
white, big house, bro.
White.
And she said, like, I mean, like before, I guess she was scared or whatever,
Yeah.
but now she's like cool with it. But she said that she would hear like noises like at night and shit.
Well, yeah, some fucking shit had to happen there.
Imagine how many kings were in that house.
Yeah.
Imagine how many people like suffered, bro. Like they were bad.
And this
bro.
it legit
They still
looks like
are
a
bad.
fucking White Castle jail sort of
Bro,
shit. That's
imagine
just
how many
like-
people they fucking.
Yeah, I see. Look,
If you search it up like on YouTube, it comes out because it's pretty famous.
And it's crazy how it's a block away pretty much
From the Al Capone
from the Al
house.
Capone house.
And Al Capone's house is pretty big too.
It's pretty much
And
the same.
it still has the sign.
Bro, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it if it was the same guy that made like both houses, bro. Like the
Yeah.
sign both houses. They look pretty much the same. And one more thing about Montana
Contact.
that you guys should probably know about. Terminator. You guys know the movie Terminator?
Was it filmed there?
There was a scene. There was a famous scene, the most famous scene that people could remember.
That was filmed there.
That was filmed there. Like it was filmed like
Was it I'll Be Back?
no. All right. So
Okay. Are you the Terminator now?
Yeah,
It's a
it was-
set scene.
all right.
And action.
All right. I'm going down to the fire. Hasta vista, baby.
So that it was filmed in Montana.
That was in Montana.
Wow.
At the Montana stuff right
You
there.
guys are so cool.
Cherry Valley.
This is so cool. Look at that one.
Yeah.
Yes, Montana's a dope city, but
You guys are so fucking far from everything.
no, we're
No,
not.
we're not.
We're close to everything.
We're close
Think
to
about it. All
everything.
right. We're I don't know 40.
Okay, let
Look.
me just pause. And now the detectives try to convince her that they're closer to everything.
Alright, no, wait,
Listen to this.
hear him and then you'll be like,
Listen
that's
to
true.
this. All right. 40 to 50 minutes from LA
Well, so are we.
Okay, hold on.
Oh,
to San Diego, right?
I'm gonna just.
To San Diego. I don't know. Well, like say 2 hours. 2 hours away. 2 hours and like something minutes to TJ. We go down to Vegas, which is the other way. I don't know.
Yeah.
Going there, we could get there like in a little over 3 hours.
Or 3 hours.
Or 3.
Yeah. Depending on traffic.
Like we're pretty much in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
And not only that, every day there's something to do around the area.
Yeah.
Like we could have to go to Redlands, we could have to go to Riverside, we could have to stay in Montana, we could go to Ontario. Like we're all over the place.
Yeah.
And people are close.
Yeah. Alright, let's get back into it. The peeps talking about have you ever had a stalker?
No. No. I mean, not yet. I'm not that famous, but.
No, but like
I was
like
in-
an ex,
No.
someone that was interested in
No.
you.
No.
Like, no?
No, have you?
You? Nah, I haven't.
Members at when we used to work at Skechers Retail in the Ontario.
Yeah.
Remember? You remember that dude? I mean that
That
girl.
bitch.
My bad. Alright, there was a girl, right?
That female woman.
Yeah, there was a girl. They would leave. That's crazy, huh? They would leave me and you in charge of the store. Like it was just me and him. And like
You
we-
two in charge of fucking sketchers.
Yeah, and I mean, we
ballers.
were boys, you know, like we were boys, so like we didn't give a fuck. Like if customers came in talking shit, we'll talk shit to you. If they would come in cool as hell, like we'll be cool, you know. But
If it was empty, we'll fuck up the store.
yo, if it was empty, oh my god.
I just
Every-
said
no, you
What
didn't
is
say
that?
you didn't say
I
cheers.
literally did. Let's redo
Cheers.
it.
Sorry,
But
cheers and
camera
say
won't
boy.
lie. The camera won't
No,
lie.
the camera. I was literally staring at it the whole time.
I'm with you with this one
Oh
too.
my god.
Well, well, let's
So we have,
speak.
okay, let's talk about liars now.
Wait, alright, we'll
Alright,
talk
alright,
about ours in
that's
a little
fine. Go on.
Alright, well
Anyways.
pretty much like we would like mess around because it was the editor and then it was my boy Lalo too.
Wait,
like,
you'd fuck with this girl? Oh no, you would
no,
mess
no.
around with. Oh wait.
yeah. So I was talking to this girl, right? And like I don't know.
Talking or sleeping with?
I
A little bit of
mean,
both.
not sleeping with at that point.
Oh, but you
So-
slept with her
so-
after she was the crazy stalker.
No. I mean, no. Hold on.
There's a lot to
Alright,
say.
hold on,
Let
yeah,
the
yeah,
story.
like,
Let's start.
let it flow. So
I'll listen.
So I was with her, right? Like it was a party, like I was talking to her, like we like did shit, like making out, and like simple shit like that, you know? Like it was a normal night. Like
Kindergarten level.
yeah, kindergarten. So we just made out. I got her Instagram, phone number, and all this shit, right? So I knew she was interested because she would always text like fast. She was always texting like little paragraphs. And like I told her where I work. I was like, yo, I work at the Mills. This spot right here.
No, go for it. No, I'm just fixing it.
Alright.
Don't mind.
So she told me though, she was like, yo, I work like 10 stores down at this store.
Of course she does.
And I was like, oh, for sure, cool. Next thing you know, as soon as I told her where I work, the next day, she's like, hey, what's up? And I was like, yo, how you doing? You know, like I hugged her and I was like, yo, I told my boy, I was like, that's the girl from the party. Like, and then he's like, oh, okay, for sure, you know? And that was cool. It was normal, right? The next day, hey, how's it going? I was like, yo, you just came yesterday, what's good, you know?
Like she popped in, like, not
Yeah,
text.
yeah. And then the day after that, she came in, right? I wasn't there, he wasn't there, because we always worked at the same time. Because we just had it like that, you know?
Oh, so you just had it like that.
Low
You guys work
key,
together.
low key we did though.
Yeah. Wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, but okay, the day after, my coworker was like, yo, some girl came in fucking asking for you. And I was like, yo, does she have glasses and she looked like this and that? Yeah. And I was like, bro, she came in again. And then the day after that, I came in, right? There's like try on like seats or whatever where you sit down, you try your shoes.
She's not there.
I went in, right? I clocked in, I was cool, you know? I come out and I see her there just sitting down on her phone. I was like, what are you doing? I was like, what? And I was like, hey, how's it going?
Not the hey.
Hey,
No, it's like,
how you doing?
Hey, how are you doing today?
if you don't leave right now, I'm gonna shoot you.
How,
My name
okay,
is Izzy. What do you want?
how awkward is that though? Like, and not only that though,
Did you fuck her though before? No.
I mean,
No.
I did a week after. But like she had already stopped me like 3 times though at work.
Done. I'm done with this.
But I was drunk and I was at a weak state of mind. She caught me off guard. But not.
I love women for that. So you had a stalker, yeah, I love that. See, the thing about women is, oh, I feel like I want to stand up a show now. The thing about women is,
Yeah.
they're great manipulators. I love that about them. So I have to, no, I love
I
it.
agree.
I love a man who can just like accept that he's weak and be manipulated. Like, I get it. Yeah. You as a person respect a woman with power. You're not gonna fight it because you know some men who are fucking like, no, I'm the alpha. You are gonna obey to me.
Yeah.
No, I love when women just get their way. I love when women are just like, no, it's my way. I'm right. You're wrong. And 98% of the time, who's right? Who's right? The woman. No, the woman. And then here's my thing. I love when the woman is like, I'm wrong. That's where I was gonna go with that.
I love when that shit happens.
And
'Cause
I
they
know
rarely-
you
they
do.
rarely-
And I know you fucking men eat that up. What? Edgar? Edgar has something to say? Amen.
No, I'm listening.
It rarely happens.
How do you feel about that, though? Like, when you know a woman is 1,000% right, but you as a man are like, no, you're not right. Do you ever feel like that?
When I'm wrong, I'll say it, but I feel like, well, at least with me, when I'm wrong, I'll say it. But I feel like women won't.
Mm-mm.
It's hard to admit.
I think
Yo,
for
I just seen
anyone, it's hard to admit defeat.
Have you seen that meme that's going around right now?
There's a lot of ones going on.
Alright, that meme, it's like, for women, right? It's like an airplane. They're like, for women, what's easier for you to admit that you're right? I mean, that you're wrong, or jump off a plane? And like, it just shows a lady jumping off the plane. And like,
I mean, yeah, I get that, but and you get tied down, and
You
do
better
this.
talk to me all the time.
Yeah, I don't expect you to do what we were used to, but I expect it every now and then.
Yeah.
and
But
then-
with him, I haven't seen him once.
What I tell him, I'm like, yo, like if you're with your girl, I was like, fuck it, just bring your girl. Like it's cool, you know, like we're cool. Like we're not gonna be awkward around your girl. You know? We're not gonna be like, yo, this motherfucker about his girl.
Yeah, like, I think people who get in a relationship very like, and they're very much in love, they think that, you know, oh, well, they're not in a relationship, so they don't understand. Like, it's not, it kind of can be like that, like, they're like, you know, but if someone who really cares about you, they'll adapt. Like, they'll be like, okay, like, we love your boyfriend, we hate your girlfriend, we love your girlfriend. It'll be
For
very...
everybody that gets in a relationship and ignores all their friends right after that relationship, you don't have to talk to them every single day. You don't have
Just a
to
little
text them
something.
every
Here and
single
there,
day.
bro.
But if you straight up fucking ignore all your friends, get out. We don't fucking need you. Bye. All that toxic energy, peace out. And if you ever break up with them,
Don't come back.
do not come back because that same
that's the
energy
worst.
is
You look
not,
so embarrassing.
that same energy is not gonna be here.
I will literally look at you up and down like you were wearing glasses and Gucci, and I will literally walk away.
Legit.
I might throw gasoline fluid on you. I might light a cigarette. I don't even smoke cigarettes anymore. But I would literally light that cigarette, throw it at you.
By the way, happy
Sponsor.
death sounds
Sponsor that boy.
Fuck the skinny cans.
Kyle, Steve,
So,
get us good.
Where
Get
is
us.
he going?
Dios mío. Okay, so
I messaged him on Instagram.
Este- okay, so
Yeah, shit.
remember Lucrecia?
Yeah.
Oh. So Lou and Esther.
Yeah.
So like the whole okay. Obviously I like men, but like I would literally fuck the whole cast, men and women. Like they were all so hot.
Bro.
Like why are you so hot for that reason?
To be honest, like my favorite one, that I haven't even seen the show just cause.
Dude, we're talking about Elite. We don't want to talk about anything about.
Yeah, no. It's cause.
Oh, is it Money Heist?
Money Heist.
That one's good too.
Wow, bro.
But who's your crush on?
Come on.
No, from Elite, like from the times that
You watch.
I would watch it with her, like kinda, you know.
Okay, you don't have to be.
It was Dana Paola just cause.
Dana Paola.
Dana Paola.
Just cause
sí,
she's been in
Lucrecia.
the Mexicans
Mm.
novelas for the longest, and like I just when I was young, I had a crush on her when she was young.
Oh, when she was
Okay, so-
Patito. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, she was okay. So here, okay.
Fucking love that series.
I watched it
So
when
I
it,
feel like she's still like she would still be my
like
crush. Yeah.
segue, but like I hooked up with this guy and then like I put it on. He's like, "Is that Dana Paola?" I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, that's her name." I know. Like I looked it up and I was like, "Oh yeah." And like midway, I'm like, fucking sucking his dick. I'm like, "Yeah, it's whatever." He's like, "Oh yeah, like you can watch it." And I was like, "Okay." And what? Can we go back to it?
So you're jealous.
No, I was just like,
That was stupid as fuck.
I know. I'm like,
Yeah.
why the fuck?
What
Okay.
show?
And I'm like, yeah, she's great. And I'm like, but I'm better. And then, yeah, whatever. I
Yeah.
really like her.
Yeah.
No, but like, she was just so good in that show. Like, that
Bruh.
whole show was just amazing.
She's
I
a
don't watch
fucking
the show,
bitch,
bro.
huh?
Yeah.
I love that shit.
I love-
the girls with this.
What's her name? You said?
Her name is Lucrecia.
Oh.
They called her Lu.
That's-
You know what? I
She
love
was a
her?
fucking bitch. The
You know
whole
what?
show.
I love both of them.
She was their bitches.
They're fucking bitches.
So there was Lucrecia and then Carla. They were the
Carla.
fucking biggest bitches in the show.
Yeah.
But they fucking were like manipulative bitches. They were just like, you know, like you're my boyfriend.
Would you ever eat some pussy?
Oh no, yeah, I've done it before. I'll do it again.
Oh,
shit!
It's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's like,
Exactly, bitch.
but I wouldn't be like, hey girl, let me eat your pussy. Like,
Yeah.
I would have to be like, there's somebody else in the mix.
Like if it happens, it happens.
What type of shit? Kind of.
Like if there was another guy, I'd do.
Alright. Yeah, my question is if there's no guy.
Probably would still do it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Quit.
I mean, if
I quit.
Quick,
It-
he's quick with it.
He's done. He's out of here. No, yeah. If I had to have a home girl, I would have a home girl. She's a pussy girl. Yeah, pussy.
What do you think about OnlyFans?
I love OnlyFans.
Me too.
I
Yeah,
know.
what?
I don't, but I help.
Mm.
My boy's an assistant.
What?
I'm an assistant.
He assists us.
I assist when
What do
needed.
you mean by
He
assist?
throws the you and they dump that shit.
So you put your cock out there, they suck it.
No.
No. That's
Not
what
yet.
LU stands for.
Nah.
Yeah, because you pass
They-
it and
he's like
someone
the,
else
he's
throws
like the social media.
I am the promoter slash
Promoter.
filmer slash
Oh,
yeah,
you're a manager.
something like that.
No, you're a manager.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're a manager?
It works.
Manage social. Onlyfans.
How is it to manage
How is that?
OnlyFans?
It's easy.
What the fuck, bro?
It's very easy. Like
And you get your bag.
yeah, it's easy though. But it's just really like, give me this, give me that. and
Do
then-
you get annoyed though with the messages that you get?
No, it's like it's flattering that like I know it's reaching other people and everyone, you know, everyone wins in the end.
For me, like I'm
Wait,
getting-
so like you for real record your friends doing this specifically what?
do you tell them sometimes what to do, or they just know
Yeah.
stuff?
So sometimes I tell them.
So you're a producer.
Something like
of porn.
Producer, manager,
But-
executive.
You're a porn producer. Say it. You are.
OnlyFans director of porn, something like that.
Wait, for real? Like, if
Dead ass.
Yeah.
you have recorded your friends getting fucked,
No, okay, so it's not like them with like a guy fucking. It's just more like
them pleasuring themselves.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. That's
because there's never been a guy like down to be like, oh, like you want to film me, like you know.
I'm down.
How do you know that? We have one right here.
I'm down with good.
I don't know a lot of things.
So, wait, would you be down?
Yeah, like
It's not that-
Would you direct this motherfucker to fuck one of your girls
I mean, I
for the
could.
OnlyFans?
But like, what do you tell
No,
me what
but-
to do and shit, or like I would just go?
No, it's different. I mean, I haven't encountered that situation, so.
Oh, okay.
But how would the encounter be? Like
Like,
it
would you be awkward?
No.
'Cause-
What would it be like?
That's
Me
the thing.
get there, go straight in there, or like we fucking vibe, we drink, and then like
I don't
we
know.
go
It would
in?
probably be the vibe drink, but like I don't know. Like it's not on me. Like I'm just there to like help.
Yeah. Oh,
It
I mean,
depends
I'm
who
just-
she wants
I-
or who they want,
I never.
because it could be more than one at the same time. But,
Yeah, I never even wanted to be in that spot, but
I mean, 2, 3 girls, 4 girls. It just depends.
honestly, I didn't make an OnlyFans right now.
Yeah, you should do it.
I got
Actually.
forced. I got forced into making them, bro.
Bro, I got.
I mean, it's so profitable.
bro,
it's
it's
crazy.
so easy money. It's crazy.
I mean, I see all these straight guys making them, and like, making money.
And he's like, I was set up to follow.
You know what? you know what's my downfall? That I haven't posted in like 2 months.
As long as you're consistent, you can.
But I have told
him.
him to manage my shit, and he don't want to.
I just want to see no weird dicks and all that shit.
And I told him,
Well,
I'm
you
like,
don't have to.
I'm like,
I
bro,
do,
Well,
because
I
I
mean,
have to
you're
edit
gonna have
it,
to see
post
one.
it, I might have to see one.
you're gonna have to see 1 or 2, but
Yeah.
it's gonna.
You know what they look like though. so-
But he's
I
seen
mean,
it.
I know how it is, looks
he's
like
seen,
it.
He's seen it
Yeah.
in person, so I'm
I mean, I
like,
pretty
you
much
tripping?
like have sex. No, wait, what?
Yeah.
I said.
Oh wait, we've all done.
Wait,
anyways,
what?
Wait,
sorry.
what?
what?
No. I didn't say nothing. I didn't
We
say
gotta
nothing.
edit this shit back.
No, take it out.
But anyways, yeah.
What?
It's just to me, it's just like I'm helping you. It's working for all of us. It's getting the bag. Not that hard.
So you know a couple girls that do that shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy. No, you know what? For
And
women,
guys too. It's
for
crazy.
women, it's like
It's easier for women.
yeah, for sure.
But let me let you in on like a little fucking secret. If
Alright.
you're a straight fucking man in
Yeah.
2021 and you have an OnlyFans, you'll make more money than a girl would. And it's literally insane how that will work out, but I've seen it. I've seen the accounts, I've seen the money, I've seen the statements, and it's
You know what?
Wow.
crazy.
I believe you because
starting today. I'm
No.
starting my OnlyFans.
But it's just like, it's so easy. You can even go anonymous, like no face.
But usually they kind of want to see that shit.
But, okay,
You don't have to.
you don't have
As
to.
long as they kind of know, like, yo, this is this one.
No, but if you have, it's just crazy. If you have the body of a dick and you just show that, like, it'll go on.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think it's the mystery of it too. I've seen these accounts. I follow these accounts.
How do you like? Alright. How do you like promote yourself with no face though? Like on social media.
So here's the thing: you start a Twitter account,
Yeah.
right? You get a following.
Yeah.
You can do an alternative account, whatever. Let's say you have already one. Like you already have a Twitter. You follow. You have an alternative account. Say you have a following or whatever. Say, hey, follow my alternative account. Then you follow these certain accounts that like help you, like promote your shit.
Hold
or-
on. Bring it right now. I'm just kidding.
Stupid.
This motherfucker.
And
Wait,
then
but for who?
and then you go from there, and then people like your shit, retweet your shit, and then there's also the way that I do it with a private Snapchat story where you pick people who you know would subscribe to your shit and everything, and that's what I do for my girlfriends and my guy
Alright.
friends.
For me, I think the best way right now is TikTok and Twitter. That's the fastest way because obviously Twitter you could post whatever you want. TikTok, that's the fastest growing app you could ever. Like right now, bro,
Yeah.
like you could literally post a video, hit 1 million views. Like
Anytime, yeah.
Like, bro, within 2-3 days. So, I don't know. If you have 10 followers, 20 followers,
No. Yes. No.
delete.
I'm just saying it's very easy to market people and to get what everybody wants. At the end of the day, it's money. Subscribers. You need subscribers. You need people to buy shit.
I've never met a girl that has not to brag though.
Oh.
I'm getting brag.
Who's in the brag?
I haven't met a girl, obviously besides like celebrities and shit, that has more followers than I do on their OnlyFans. I just haven't. Like girls talk to me and they're like, yo, yeah, I have like 100 subscribers. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. But like I'm like, dang, like you could be making way more because I'm not even trying and I'm already here. But then again, I hear about shit like, cause my boy Allah tells me about like Little Nick, and that guy has hella subscribers.
No, that man has so many. It's insane.
Like he tells me like, yo, he be making like, I don't know, 8, 10, 12, 15, 30 grand a month. And I'm like, yo, what the hell?
And it's insane,
And
but
I'm
it
over
works.
here, I'm over here flexing, bro, that I'm over here making.
No, that's what I said.
4 or
That
5
these
grand.
straight men, they literally just get all their money
Yeah.
from that. And it's insane, but it works. Like, it's really easy to just be like, here's this, here's that, and then that's what pays the fucking bills.
Yeah. And you know what? Guys like that shit too. Because like, they're like, yo, I want to see that shit. Because like, yo, I can't have that. But can I? Like, I don't know. Like, I want to see that shit, you know?
And that's the thing, they'll pay for more.
It's called clickbait. If you click,
For sure.
you're into that. Like it's clickbait. Like you're gonna subscribe to something you can't have, and it works. It makes so many people so much money.
For sure.
Once you get that following, once you get that content going, once you get everything going, it's like insane. How much money you can really make?
It's crazy.
It's really, it just boggles my mind that I'm like, wow, like I know so many people who can probably make like so much crazy money.
This year, off of like OnlyFans, a little bit off TikTok, like sponsorship and shit like that, I'm making probably 2-3 times more money than I would be making working a regular job.
Exactly.
And I was like a manager, you know, so like I was having a good job, and I'm like, was that a good job? Because like right now, it's like I'm not really working. Like I'm working.
You
right
can
now.
handle OnlyFans. You can handle OnlyFans. I can handle OnlyFans. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Exactly.
I can make so much money.
Mhm.
There's a lot of shit that I have that I can make so much money off of it. But it just depends, like, do you really want to do that? Like, you can, but, and what amazes me the most is, like, you can really be no face, no case. Anonymously, just be, like, posting your shit on Twitter. Nobody's gonna know. You just post body and dick. And all these people follow you. And I follow these accounts. I kid you not. It's just, I don't know what this man looks like, but he has a nice body. Or he has like, like an okay body, but he's like, and like a nice dick, and it's just like there. Like it's,
Yeah.
and I have no idea what this man looks like. And you can literally just like, the followers, it's like 5,000, 10,000, 10K. It's just, it adds up, and it's like so crazy to think that you can start off like, you don't even do face.
It's crazy, bro. Super crazy.